This episode is all about change and a neat idea I have for affecting change in the world from our schools. Change is a necessary and important aspect of life. Without it, things can become routine, boring, and stagnant. Change can be as small scale as altering your morning routine, or as big as changing your country, as we've seen recently in many parts of the world. The point is, change is invigorating and exciting. Change can also be a scary thing, which is why many people choose not to. To have change, you need courage. Small-scale personal change or large-scale social change that makes an impact and a difference in our world. Recently, Craig Kielburger spoke at the Calgary Teachers Convention. Craig started Free the Children at the age of 12 after reading about Iqbal Masih. Iqbal was a child laborer turned rights advocate from Pakistan who was assassinated for daring to speak out against child labor. The assassination and resulting outcry from the media motivated Kielburger and his friends into action. Part of Kielburger's address at the convention focused on how to make change happen, how we can make a difference in the world. We need just two things. You need to take something that you're good at, or a skill, and add something that you are passionate about changing in the world, and the result will definitely be change. His message wasn't lost on me. I've traveled to many different parts of the world and experienced many interesting things that our planet has to offer, some of them amazing, and some of them awful. Having witnessed injustices and inequalities in way of life around the world, I've always been thinking and searching for ways to affect wide-scale change. I suppose I was always lacking inspiration until this Friday in February. Upon arriving home, I went over the tools I have to offer that I could mix with change. There's music. That never really panned out. Cooking, I like that, but probably not enough to make change. Photography, maybe. Writing? Perhaps. I thought of other people I know who have brought about change using their skills and passions. My wife, who has volunteered in Africa, Costa Rica, Belize, and soon Haiti as a nurse. A teacher I met in Ottawa last year, Michael Ernest Sweet, who set up a not-for-profit in 2003 called Learning for a Cause, focusing on young writers and social change in inner-city Montreal. I thought about my friend, Kyle McDonald, who took a red paperclip and eventually turned it into a house through trades, resulting in a book and movie rights in Hollywood. Then it hit me. It was too easy. It had been sitting there right in front of me the whole time. This wasn't about me finding change. This is about empowering our community to affect change, and it starts on a small scale. No matter how you say it, 0.01 1/100th, 1 cent, or penny. It starts there. We all have them. We don't use them. They aren't worth much here, and there are some who say we should just be rid of the worthless penny once and for all. But before the penny naysayers have their way, let's use this overlooked coin for a purpose. Every year, the Royal Canadian Mint produces 816 million of them. That's 25 pennies per Canadian, and only 37% of us ever use them. That's a lot of unused pennies. 100 of them makes $1. More money than 50% of people living in sub-Saharan Africa live on in a day. In India, 28 of our pennies would buy a loaf of bread. 24 would buy 20 eggs. 141 pennies would buy a kilogram of basmati rice. And in Brazil, 25 pennies would buy a pound of bananas. In spite of the fact that water purification is relatively inexpensive and easy to install, only 52% of the people in Uganda have access to clean drinking water, while only 57% have the same access in Mozambique. I thought of doing a penny race here at the school. I had done it before at my previous school with wonderful success. 100 kids raised $600. Then I thought, why not aim higher? I scrounged through my house and came up with this many pennies. 2, 3, 4. My wife helping me out using the grouping of 10 technique. 533, 534, 546, 511, 2012, 13, 14, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2003, 1104, 1105, 1106, 1107, 8, 1,109. 1,109 pennies in our household. 1,109 divided by 100 is just over $11. And that's a lot of money in a lot of countries. So let's review the facts here. In my house, we'll just say I got $10. Let's say that there are maybe 400 households in our school. That's pretty simple math. $10 times 400. So doing some quick multiplication here on my paper, in our school alone, just with pennies, we could raise $4,000. If you multiply the number of households in all of Calgary, there's about 400,000. And if each household has about $10 in pennies, like our house did, that should equal that's $4 million in pennies in Calgary, potentially.